It's now time for the Reaver Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to April 4th, the year 2024, when the Nashville Preds were welcoming in the St. Louis Blues to close out the regular season series against their Central Division rivals. Head coach Andrew Burnett deploys his line combinations and defensive pairings in the following way: Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist; Zucker, Sissons, and Beauvillier; Jankowski, Novak, Evangelista; Smith, McCarron, and Sherwood. Your defensive pairings are McDonough and Yossi, Luzon, Carey, Stastny, and Shen. Yossi Saros gets the start in net. It's just 15 seconds into the first period where we find Yossi Saros making his first save of the game on Neighbors. It's also the first shot on goal of the game. But then 31 seconds into the first period, it is the captain, Roman Josi, responding to the previous game immediately with his 20th goal of the season. In 31 seconds in the period, he pulls the trigger off of the rush, giving the Nashville Preds a 1-0 lead on home ice. 50 seconds into the first period, Josi Saros comes up with a save on Kyrie's backhand. So in less than a minute, we've seen some intense action already. 2:49 into the first period. Now Binnington comes up with a save on Gus Nyquist at 4:22 of the first period. We find our first special teams action as Colton Sissons is off to the box. 2 minutes for hooking, and the St. Louis Blues are about to clock in for some work. Yossi Saros comes with a save on Thomas, and then Saros comes with a save on Falk. Saros would then follow that up with a save on Shen, and then make one more save on Shen before the end of that penalty kill for the Predators. So bend not break in this particular scenario. But back to 5-on-5 hockey now at 7:27 in the first period. It is Saad with his 26th goal of the season, tying the game up at 1 apiece. So the Blues continue that momentum off of their power play and then get the goal at even strength. No challenge on the play, but it did seem that Yossi Saros was prevented from moving across to make the save. The Nashville Preds not risking the challenge nor the 2-minute minor on that one, so the goal stands 1-1. 8:08 in the first period, Yossi Saros comes with a save on Buchnevich at 9:33. Saros a save on Blaze at 11:43 now, just past the halfway point of the first period. Saros comes with a save on Jordan Kyrou at 13:32 of the first period. Saros comes with a save on Blaze, plus the follow-up by Hayes in a mad scramble. The Nashville Predators remain composed until the puck is out of harm's way. At 14:36 of the first period, it's Binnington coming with a save on the captain, Roman Josi. 14:38, O'Reilly and Krug off the box, 2 minutes each for slashing. It was when Binnington made the save on Josi just 2 seconds earlier that O'Reilly did the flyby and tapped his old teammate on the back, definitely trying to get under his skin, as Binnington is prone to having freakouts. So O'Reilly, trying to bait Binnington, ends up baiting Krug. The two of them chop each other with the sticks, and we move on to 4-on-4 hockey. It would be the St. Louis Blues, though, getting the best of the action here during the 4-on-4. Saros comes with a save on Falk, then a second save on Falk before coming up with a third save during this 4-on-4 scenario on Saad. Back to 5-on-5 hockey at 17:06 of the first period. It's Binnington coming with a save on Beauvillier at 18:23. Binnington another save on Shen, and the Preds at least break the St. Louis Blues pressure for a moment or two here. 19:15, the first period, though, it's Neighbors hitting the post for St. Louis. We hit the end of a fairly intense first period, intense pressure by the St. Louis Blues, that is, as they generate 20 shots on net. The Nashville Predators with 10 shots on net, but we are at an even score. We go over to the second period, and we find 30 seconds into the period. So again, the second period starting off quickly like the first period. It's Sad off the box, 2 minutes for slashing, and it's Philip Forsberg picking up his 42nd goal of the season on the power play. It was a wrist shot from the left circle, and it beat Binnington clean to give the Nashville Predators a 2-1 lead. Philip Forsberg now 42 goals on the season. The 137 mark of the second period. It's Sherwood off the box, 2 minutes for cross-checking, putting St. Louis back on the power play. Saros comes up with a save on Saad, and that would be it for the power play for the St. Louis Blues. At the 3:57 mark of the second period, Saros comes up with a save on Hayes at 4:06. Binnington comes with a save on Tommy Novak at 5:23. The second Saros comes with a save on Tarashenko, plus the follow-up, and this was an incredible save sequence by Yossi Saros on the back post. Perhaps the save of the night between both of the goaltenders. 5:43 now of the second Saros, a save this time on Buchnevich, plus the follow-up. So the Predators under intense pressure here during the 5th minute of the second period, and Yossi Saros is holding strong. Things would calm down for a couple of shifts for the Predators before at 8:28. Saros would have to come up with a save on Saad. 10:07 now, past the halfway point of the game. Binnington comes with a save on Zucker. That led to a big scrum after the whistle. The Nashville Predators definitely trying to get under the skin of the St. Louis Blues. 12:09 in the second period. Carey off to the box. 2 minutes for high sticking. Yossi Saros comes up with a save on Krug. That would be it for the St. Louis Blues power play. The Nashville Predators PK would do an outstanding job there. 14:23 of the second period. Now Saros coming with a save on Hayes at the 16:11 mark of the second period. A big moment in the game as Luke Shen is called for 5 minutes for boarding. That play would be reviewed. It would be reduced to a 2-minute minor. That was the correct call, as the St. Louis Blues player was clearly losing his balance and there was no injury on the play. 5-minute major rescinded to a 2-minute minor. UC Saros back to work, coming up with a save on Buchnevich. Saros then coming up with a save on Falk. The 18:14 mark of the second period, UC Saros comes up with a save on Hayes. 18:16 of the second. Tarapchenko's off the box. 2 minutes for roughing on Luzon in the offensive zone after the whistle. Kind of a bad penalty right here because Beauvillier is going to cash in for the Nashville Predators with his 5th goal of the season, his first as a Nashville Predator, and he needed that one. Rebound jam at the back post after the Nashville Predators were just hacking and whacking away trying to get it. The puck squeaks free, and Beauvillier puts it in there at the back post and with authority, and also celebrated with authority, and he deserves to do so. First goal since being acquired by the Nashville Predators. That's a 3-1 lead now for the Preds. We at the end of the period. The Nashville Predators are being outshot 35-20 through 2 periods, but they are leading by 2 goals. We go to the third period, and we find ourselves at 3:05 of that period, and UC Saros coming up with a save on Saad before at 4:09. McCarron gets his 12th goal of the season, and it was a wrist shot after keeping the puck in that beat Bennington again cleanly. Michael McCarron making a big play right here to the Nashville Predators, an insurance goal. His 12th of the season gives the Nashville Predators a 4-1 lead in the third. At 4:55 in the third period, Saros comes with a save on Hayes. 5:14, Bennington, a save on Jankowski, and then at 6:21 of the third period, it's Neighbors scoring his 27th goal of the season for the St. Louis Blues. Nashville now leads 4-2 in the third period. St. Louis has a pulse. 7:02 of the third period, Saros comes with a save on Letty at the 7:25 mark of the third period. It's Luzon off the box. 2 minutes for roughing on Thomas after Thomas slashed Saros. That also got called for a 2-minute minor. 4-on-4 hockey. Saros comes with a save on Buchnevich, plus the rebound follow-up by Shen. Another big save sequence by UC Saros. At 8:59, Buchnevich comes away with a 2-minute tripping penalty. Bennington would have to come up with a save on Tommy Novak ×2 at close range right here. Nashville Predators unable to capitalize though, so we return to 5-on-5 hockey. That's where we find ourselves at 12:08 of the third period, with Bennington coming up with a save on Yossi at 14:24. Bennington with 2 massive saves on Colton Sissons right there at the top of the crease. Sissons jams away not once but twice. Bennington keeps the puck out of the net and keeps the Blues alive at 17:30 of the third period. Luzon's off the box. 2 minutes for tripping, and that's where we're going to find Kyrou coming up with his 26th goal of the season. It was a 6-on-4 goal. Wrist shot, bar down, beats Saros to make this game 4-3. We continue on with the empty net scenario, and at 18:16 of the third period, we find Philip Forsberg skating into the puck and finishing the playoff for his 43rd goal of the season. That empty net goal also represents tying Matt Duchene for the all-time franchise single-season goals record at 43, and it makes the game 5-3, which is honestly more important. 18:51 of the third, Forsberg picks up a penalty. 2 minutes for high sticking. He was definitely pissed about that call, but seemed to be the right call. Jankowski picks up a shorthanded empty net goal from outside the zone, his 7th of the season. That makes it 6-3 in favor of the Nashville Predators. The final seconds would tick away, and that would be your final score at Bridgestone Arena. The Nashville Predators defeat the St. Louis Blues 6-3. They get outshot 47-31. They sweep the regular season series against the St. Louis Blues. They inch ever so much closer to getting their playoff spot clinched, and they also push the St. Louis Blues ever closer to getting that little E next to their name. With just a handful, single-digit number of games left on the season, the Nashville Predators came away with a victory at a very important moment in a very important game on home ice. Dramatically outshot, again, 47-31, 20 shots on goal for St. Louis in the first period, 15 in the second period, and then 12 more in the third period. UC Saros was dynamic. He was incredible. He was everything you could ask for in a starting goaltender in this one. This was not an easy one for UC Saros, especially the first 25 minutes of this game before the Preds started to break it open, pile up some empty net goals to make the score look a little more lopsided late. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap, full analysis, and so much more coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.